Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. Tastes Like Music, U2 week, side 3. We've already ranked the albums and done top 10 songs. If you haven't seen those videos, be sure to go check them out. So every week we do a little discussion video here at the end of the week to kind of wrap things up. Today for U2, we're going to talk about bands that people love to hate for whatever reason. Some of these bands, I don't know, I mean, you might have some of us mentioning some obvious terrible bands that everybody just hates, but you know, some of the bands on my list at least are respected, kind of maybe more love them or hate them type of bands.
And as the resident mega fan of U2, I can also understand why people do hate Bono and kind of U2. I get it. I want everyone to know that I get that they're lame, which I use when people are like, Cram only likes stuff that makes them seem cool. Bullshit, man. I'm out here waving the U2 flag. That ain't cool. It's not cool at all, but I'm doing it. What do you guys got? I'll let you guys go first.
All right. Well, now does it have to be bands? Because a lot of these, my most hated, are just gonna be singers. And I don't necessarily hate them, like the sounds of the music they make, but a lot of times it comes down to just people I dislike. Like this man he just feels like a huge douche, and I can't put it any other way. It's John Mayer. And I know he's a great guitarist, and people have softened on him because he plays with the Grateful Dead and everything, but there's just something about him, like his personal life, like all the women he's dated. He just seems like a tool. It seems like Room for Squares, whatever his follow-up album was just like made to impress women. And I even like Room for Squares. I think it's pretty good, but it's still like, it just feels like a put on. Like that's not really him at all. He's a tool. We'll shift to a twofer. This is a double take here. We'll do Ryan Adams and Bryan Adams because they're basically the same person. Just a B separates them. Learned recently that Bryan Adams does not allow all music to list his albums in their database. They gave him some bad reviews or something, and that's tough because all music likes everybody. Whatever they did to Bryan Adams went beyond the pale. He made them take their whole, his whole discography off there. You can't find them, which is ridiculous. Ryan Adams, kind of a sexual predator. Even before this news came out, I kind of thought he sung like a jerk. Like he's kind of got the same John Mayer thing. I never trusted him. Like I just felt like all of his music is kind of a put on to get in women's pants, which it probably is. So he's on my list too. When it came out that he's kind of a sexual predator, whatever he did, I don't know, but kind of made sense to me. We'll do some more traditional bands that I hate. Everyone hates Creed, except Jason. Jason loves Creed. They're a top 5 band for him, so I don't know. It's tough, but I just don't like Scott Stapp. I think he's basically like he's the 90s, 2000s version of Bono, but in like a much worse way because he has absolutely no laurels to rest on. Like he always sucked, whereas Bono, I think, his 80s stuff, you can't argue against that, but Scott Stapp just kind of formed like with this giant ego for no reason. And we'll finish it off with a band I really like, but everyone else seems to hate them, so maybe I'm in the wrong here. Dave Matthews Band. And again, it comes down to Dave himself. It just doesn't seem sincere. And Dave, I mean, he's a good guitarist. Like he's not bad, but not up to the standards of the rest of the band. And he kind of has like the mumbly vocals, and some of his like sexual innuendo and stuff is just horrendous. So I can see why people hate him, but I still like Dave Matthews Band because I think the band's great, and I don't mind Dave that much, but I can definitely see why people dislike him and the band. So, and they're a jam band. Nobody likes jam bands.
To be clear, these are not necessarily artists or bands that I hate, but I think they do have a decent amount of people that don't like them. And this is going to be hard to believe for some people, especially those watching this channel, but I've actually heard a lot of people say that they hate Radiohead. And we get shit on a lot for not having adventurous taste. But if you can't handle Radiohead, come on. But for some people, it's a little too out there. And I think the praise that they get, if you can't wrap your head around Kid A and then to see how much love it gets, I guess I could see how that would make you hate them. And then a band with the opposite problem that people hate for being too vanilla and too bland, Coldplay. And I think, part of that stems from, the promising start of their career and just kind of devolving from there. Next, I'm going to go with Metallica, who I do not like very much at all. And, they're loved by many, especially people who like metal, and in their early records, people are just, they're in the big four of thrash, but at the same time, they've done a lot of questionable things since then. You got the Some Kind of Monster movie, which just shows them being, ridiculous. So I can see why people don't like them. This is a big, like, love the band or hate the band. Like, I think all three of us love them, but Pearl Jam have a lot of detractors for sure. I think that major part of that comes down to whether or not you like Eddie Vedder's voice. And then my last one, we'll go with a band that I like a lot. I have a long-lasting relationship with this band, but it's complicated. I've got Kiss on my list, and the way that Cram says he can see why people hate U2, I absolutely can see why people hate Kiss. Like, I get it. I'm not crazy, but I like them.
All right. Yeah, I'm not picking bands that I like or hate, but I'm gonna pick bands that are artists that people hate, and I'm gonna defend them a little bit. Number one, Justin Bieber. His music is not good, but it's not awful. It's better than at least 35 to 40% of the pop albums I've heard. So I will say that. This is also a young man who was put under the spotlight at a really young age, so his development's always going to be different. I don't think he's as big of a douche as everyone else, and I don't think his music is as bad as people say. Here's another one that completely blew my mind when we did this artist. I had no idea. Counting Crows. What do people have a problem with Counting Crows? We all really like them. If you don't like them that much, fine. But people were like really pissed off that we liked them that much. What's the big deal? They had some big hits. They have some great albums. He was whiny as hell during a time when a lot of people were being whiny as hell. I mean, relax out there. Counting Crows are cool. Also going to go with Slint. In the same regard, I'm also going with Yoko Ono. Not everyone is going to make mainstream popular sounding music. Sometimes people are going to be like, hey, I want to make something really weird and see if it sticks. Avant-garde means avant-garde for a reason. It's just going to be weird. Get over it, people. What else? Let's throw in people really hate Styx. I really hate Styx. I'm with you guys there. Styx sucks. They're terrible. No, I meant like you guys, like the people that hate Styx. I know you guys don't. And they deserve to be hated. It's real bad stuff there. It's like the avant-garde of good music. It's too good. No, it's not good at all. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Styx sucks, and let's just leave it at that. And finally, the band that people are usually most surprised when I say I not only like them, but I like them a lot. The Goo Goo Dolls. Come on, man. They're just pop rock. They're Def Leppard for the 90s sound. It's pretty hair metal, or not metal, but it's hair pop. It's a good looking dude singing really catchy songs for minivan driving women, and it sounds great. I've been in the backseat of a minivan. I've heard it. I love it. They have good stuff. Get over it. Goo Goo Dolls are good. I don't care.
I love Black Balloon.
It needs to fly, that balloon.
All right. So let us know what some bands that you hate yourselves or that you notice people hating. Let us know what you think of the bands that we mentioned in this video. And let us know what you think of all the U2 hate. Drop it all down in the comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find Facebook, Twitter, Instagram links in the video description, along with our website, Patreon, and merch store. Click them all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.